Hello and welcome back to this next episode. We are going to see what we can do to develop our little colony here again. See what changes we can make. We know we will focus on ranching this time, and then we will try to do some cleanup and prep for the next thing that we want. So let's get started. We know we want our ranching, and we want it over here. But that can wait for a few minutes. Last time we set up our toilet, our WC, whatever you will call it, lavatory. So that means that we are starting to use some water, and we end up getting some polluted water for it. So that's great. That means that we will start seeing some things happening with the air quality that will go bad. And because we have had some times where we said the main focus on doing something, the cold generator hasn't been running, so our oxygen production hasn't been working. And I made the mistake last time that I actually set all of these sweeping jobs here, I actually set them to priority 5. So that means that all of the other things is not going to end up getting done as a major priority. So we want to try to change that. So if we go in here and then we say cleaning duty, and then we just want that to be a priority 3, then we could just take all of this that we know we want to clean up, so now that we have done that, everything should be going a little bit easier with the cold generator, so that all of the other things should be set to a higher priority, so that it's going to work out, because we have plenty of oxygen actually being produced, or we can produce up the amount of oxygen to actually have 10 duplicates. But this one is not working right now because for some reason it's not been prioritized. But it's not a big problem at this moment. So let's set up the when we get to our next day, I will set it up so that we will start to get our ranch up, and I will have it here, and I will have my incubator in the next room, so that we can have a easy tooling for, or easy access to. Maybe we should set this one up to priority 6 just for so that it got some. Maybe we should set algae that we want to be able to keep track of how much we have of it. 7. Let's try to put it on a 7 just to see if somebody wants to take that job. Fuck it. Let's get it to so that it gets done. Oh, let's get it back to. So the thing is, we need some things to actually get the incubator. We need some copper, and well, this one is not very efficient. To be quite honest, it's not very good. It actually, if we go into our refinery, no, it doesn't say it here, but if we go in here and then we say copper ore, then we will, for every 100 kilograms of copper ore we use, we will get only 50%, half of that in copper, so it's not very efficient. So we need to get a better method to do that, but then we need to get to a place where it's colder, because the other method is actually generating a lot of heat. So it would be preferable to get it over here, so that we don't start heating everything up just to heat it up actually. Well, it's the next day. Let's put out down our ranch equipment to get a ranch. If we go in here, oh, it's a stable. No, it's not a stable. Why is it? No, it must be a stable, but it doesn't say anything about it. It just says ranch buildings. Well, we need a grooming station to tame them. Then we need a storage bin. We need a place to drop them off, and a critter feeder. That is the main thing that is necessary to get this job, to get it done. So when all of this is done, we can just say all, so it doesn't take that long to actually get it done. When all of that is done, we can start our ranching. That means we can start producing more hatches. And the hatches is great in a lot of ways. They are bad in other ways probably, but we will get some meat out of them, and they eat dirt and all other things basically. So we need to sweep all of this actually. Probably be a good idea to actually sweep this and say that it's a major priority actually. Because then they produce coal, which we then can use in our coal generator. So it's actually a good thing that we can sustain ourselves in some ways. And you can see now this one is waiting on algae. Oh, how lucky are we? All of this with priority, it's going to mess up everything basically. We probably need to start thinking about getting rid of some of the carbon dioxide. Now that this is built, we can go in here and say, well, we only want 8 critters. I have heard and but I don't, it must be standing here someplace that how much space. So it says here that they need, if they are crowded when they have less than 6 tiles, and since this, 12 tiles, and since this is 96 tiles, we can have 8, and they should be happy. So we will just say to 8, and then we just say, well, we want to have hatches here, and hatches, we want them to be able to eat dirt, and we just want this one to have dirt in it, just so to make it easy to access. And then we will just dig this one out, because then we can get our hatchery to be here, then it's close by. We got some research we can choose from again. I actually think we need to prioritize so that we might be able to do something about the carbon dioxide. I know some place there is it skimmer? Carbon skimmer? Oh, we already have it researched, that's great. Then we don't need to think about it. Then we can just take the next one just to take it. A lot of it is going to be used at some point. Carbon scanner, use water to fill the carbon dioxide. So this will use 100 grams of water, and then we will get 100 grams of polluted water each second, but it will only run as long as it actually sends some carbon dioxide. And since this is starting to build up, I rather have it now. There's no need to use do something like so they can take more heat or anything, so we just use. So we put it down, and it will need some power, and it will need some plumbing done too, and we will in, and then we will run it over so that it gets out. We will not prioritize this, they will get it done when they get it done. There's no need to do more about that. Well, we need to deconstruct this, and this, and this, and this, and then we can see what's in here. And then we should look for our funny. I actually don't know if we actually need to wrangle this one, but we will do it anyway. And then wrangle this one. Do we have more? Pretty sure we have. Yeah, we got one more here. Wrangle and wrangle. Oh, last this one. A lot easier. Let's plant something there. And let's plant something there. So what do we have of rooms? Well, we got our washroom down here. We will get one more. Let's say so that they only use it when they need to go out. We got a barracks. It would be nice to make it to a luxury barrack actually. But I don't know. It needs no cuts. Need a comfy bed. So we got great hall. We actually got 2 of those. Then there is a massage clinic and a hospital. I think we should work on just getting a hospital just in case. It's not likely we will get to use it right now, but it will be a good idea to have it. We got our stable, and then we got a recreation room and a laboratory. So basically we have more or less all of the rooms that are necessary. Well, there was a disk of some kind. I actually have no idea what to use that data bank for at this moment, so just like I don't know what to do with this crawling. Oh, let's get it back to speed so that something is actually happening. I think we might need to do something about the air quality. It's barely breathable. I think we need to do something so that they actually always run. What a slimy young, not good. We will get better at some time. Deconstruct. Dig that crap up. Since I want an incubator, I actually want 2 of those, and I want them here. To be quite honest, and it's going to take way too long before we actually get over here. So that we can start using this area too. So we need 400 of refined metal. That means that we need 8. What is the room requirement for the Oh yeah, that's right. We didn't get it to a kitchen because we need a grind spiner. The kitchen, well, it can be a 6.2, so we can just remove all this, because then it's nice and clean. Then we will make this to a hospital. This one should be left, and this one should be left too. I like to have 6 dupes on my shift, and not more, because I can use one of these. It makes sense, and that can be 6 here. So we need to start thinking about we will okay, can I not? Options. Reset shift. Delete. Oh, add shift. Choose blueprint. I actually don't want another dupe right now because I don't know where we are. So I will just take the care package. Even through this one, we already have 11 of them, but it doesn't matter. I still want to just prepare for the next step first. So here I want this one to go there. I want this to get renamed to shift 1. And because they are basically the same, it doesn't matter by moving them. And then I can change this shift that people will get into by default. I can change this both ways, to be honest. It doesn't really matter which way you do it, but so and then work. So the next time we get a duplicate, they will end up default in here, and they will get their own spaces, to be honest. Takes 40 and 40, so we can get one more without a problem. So now we are basically just getting things done. Slowly, because that's what is needed. Well, let's get this one wrangle. One of the next things to do is, well, maybe get this fixed up a little bit more, but then I actually want to make it so that we got our oxygen mask, so that when we get out here and explore, we will actually not care that much about the gases that we will get in contact with. It will still be a problem for us that if they get inside something that is super hot, for example. So in that regard, we will not. There are some places where it just is too hard for our duplicants, so we will not do anything for them in that regard. Send them in and open them some kind of volcano, for example. I don't think that's the right move to do, because I'm not good enough for that. All spices. Not that I actually know. How does it look with our oxygen? Well, at least around that we have no problem, but I think we need to get a tile of, if we go in here, then we can get, if we put in some of these, is it necessary over here? Yeah, it sure is too. It will increase the airflow a little bit. It's not like it's going to make it. It is going to make a major difference, but it's not going to be like, well, if they don't die if we do this, but it's just, it makes no sense. There's a lot of oxygen here and nothing here, and the same here. This might as well continue up here a little bit more and up here a little bit more. Might even make sense to say that we will put one of these oxygen diffuser here, because clearly that's a major problem. We should put one a deroder here and deroder here. That one is easy, and this one is easy too. So that this polluted oxygen, in case something happens that it wants to spread, well, it will get taken care of. And as you can see, this carbon scammer has started to work, so that's great. If we go into plumbing, then you can see it's just starting to take care. And if we go into the oxygen overlayer, then we can see that it's basically taking out a lot of this carbon dioxide in time. But right now there is so much of it that we can barely see it actually. But it does take care of it. Consume carbon dioxide, 300 grams. And remember, that's actually a lot, because duplicate takes a 100 grams in, but I actually don't know how much they exhale. If we go into this guy and status, then should say something. That it inhale, but here exhale a lot less. Does that qualify as it qualify as a kitchen now? Well, since we are going to be making this one to a place for our incubators, we will close it off, and then we will make it so that this is an exit area out of our compound, or so we will just and then deconstruct this one. And the only thing is actually because there's oxalite here, else I would actually have stopped it over here because it would make sense. But because there's oxalite, I might as well just get that oxygen out instead of wasting it in some kind of bin. We got one of our airflows time. We can start the research on the next thing just to do it. How does it look now? You can see here there is basically nothing compared to before. Sure, there is still, because this one produced, but now because this one is here, it will never get up here ever. This will make sure that this is going to be here, and it will only run when there is some oxygen. Since they have some trouble breathing in there when they sleep, we might as well. I don't like it that they suffering unnecessary. But you can see this one tile here has obviously done something here. And now that this one basically probably wouldn't be necessary, but then you got all of this area. See, this is not very good. Now they're going to do so that they can't get out. But we got a ranch up, and they start laying eggs, obviously, so that's great in some ways. Actually, we need them because then we can crack them and we can make omelets. So here we got our gas chlorines, but I don't need what to use it for. So if we could find something that actually emit some cold things, then that's actually what I kind of would wish for, because that's actually what I know that heat is going to be a problem. If you look over here, it looks modest right now, but we got heat basically everywhere. That's why I want this place actually, because it is great. There actually something that I think that actually chills the surrounding, but at some point the heat is not going to disappear or anything. It will only get hotter unless we do something about it. And since this one actually produces heat, it will get hotter. It's not fast right now, but I would very much like to do something to prevent all the heat. So that's why if I could find something that could get me some cold water, whether it's water or sand, salt or something, yeah, anything that is just below 0, then I would be able to cool everything around it. Yeah. I don't think it's a good idea to add more power units to this one, because basically it can actually end up getting fried, and that will just cost us resources. Well, cooking and researching, cooking and operating. Nothing useful. Well, we got ice. Well, that is going to cool something down. Something here that is cold, but so the thing was, I would if we go into our station, then a crafting station up here. And then I actually kind of want where did I want? I don't remember where it was. Oxygen checkout. And then an oxygen magnet. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think that should cover basically everything here. Now we can get some more. Nice. What is the body temperature? This can actually start to become a problem, because the heat here, if it builds down to us, then this could actually end up getting hotter than the 30 degrees, because this body temperature 30 degrees. We take this one real good. So still good, but it's can series not get that much harder. Well, that's bad for me. I didn't see that one coming. What do we have in skills? We got a builder. He can benefit from one more. Our cook. He actually doesn't have anything he cares about, but he can improve his strength. So he can carry more. That's good. Well, then he can dig anything. And our farmer. And our ranch. Well, he likes to operate. Actually, I think that was a mistake. Well, shit happens. It's funny, it says we had plenty of food, but it's not in the... And it needs power. Great. So we need to do something about that. I don't want to use any more power on this one because it's already kind of starting to be pretty much. So I will build one more generator and it will be built up here. Some place up here. Probably. Where does it? I think it's better it's over here actually. We will build it over here because in the carbon arcs I can go this way and down here and get clean up. Another thing we actually need is, or actually I think it would be a good idea, is that we... Where is that tile? Is it on the food? Hydroponic. Because there's actually one thing I would like to have start producing. And then I will need some plumbing. And then unfortunately this one will go up here. It will not be running all the time, so it doesn't matter. So this one needs power too, so let's go in here. And I will put this here, and I want a smart battery. Well, we need 12 now. Put it on 7. That way maybe something is going to happen at some point. Is anybody running to the rescue? There's actually somebody running to the rescue. So, cycle 47, and we are not dead any, and we got a, it's not sustainable place, but it's not like we are in a bad position in any way. I would actually like to get rid of that and rid of that, because it just looks bad. even this one is not running because it's... I'm missing the medium. Well,